Yeah. It's killing me
Yippee guys, it's me Nightmare, and today we are here to talk about Jiho's solo activities with her song Killing Me Good. And I just want to say my thoughts are conflicting, truly. It's not that the song is bad, it's just that the song, for me personally, isn't stellar, in my personal opinion. And it's not that the girl didn't do bad. Like, the girl ate. Visuals were giving. She was giving us everything. She was giving life. It feels like JYP, the company, wasn't putting enough into this particularly. And it's not necessarily in the music video, but in the promotions. When I got news that Jiho was making her solo debut, I got like, I think, one picture of, like, the comeback, and that was about it. It's for me specifically. And I'm more of a moderate fan of Twice and Twice's solo slash subunit components. So let that speak for itself. And when it came to a lot of the outfits that the girlies is wearing, I'm starting to notice we got trends. I'm starting to notice some of the flaws. I saw Closer, the performance for that. I saw the full choreography for this song Killing Me Good, and I'm noticing a pattern. And I don't think that's necessarily a great thing to notice for someone's, like, literal first album shoot. But we're going to talk about that more. So first things first, let's talk about the actual song in particular, because that's the only thing that really matters, because everything else is out of her control or hands. Starting off with the song, it's like this very city funky pop deduction into the sphere. It does, I hate using this word, feels a little Americanized. And this is one of those instances I would say it didn't work out for her in her like best interest. I understand that it particularly might be a JYP thing, but to each his own. I think the song is head bop enjoyable. I don't think it's stellar. So, like, I guess you can tell that that's going to be a part of that, final lineup. I do think that the song does have its great moments, especially when it comes to that beat in the background. I think it does a lot of the work when it comes to the actual song being rating on the scales. I think that none of this is Jiho's fault, but the entertainment's particularly his fault. And I can also tell that they had a specific agenda slash inspiration, if you will, about a specific K-pop legend that she's supposed to somewhat emulate, I guess you can say. Just quick disclaimer, everything I say after this point, from what I said it, is mostly going to be directly towards JYP, and I don't feel like reiterating that this is not to Jiho in specific, because I know that mostly has nothing to do with her, but mostly the company at hand. And with that being said, let's get into trashing JYP for a second. It felt very much Killin, and if you don't know who Killin is, she's from the X group Sistar. They disbanded not too long ago, but well, it was pretty long ago, but that's neither here nor there. They disbanded, but Killin was one of the head vocalists at her time. The girl was eating up the girls left and right. They were producing summer bops after bops after bops. Literally, they were crowned the queens of the summer. and you most notably know her for Touch My Body. And she is particularly of Hyolin's, not she, but Jiho and Holin do have a lot of similar traits in common. Both parties do have respectfully have some respectfully mommy milkers. Not that I look, I always look casually and respectively, and both girls are, you know, on the slim thick thing, so one can attribute the similarities getting posted together. And it seems like, especially with this particular scene that I'm showing right now, is showing the emulation of Hyolyn and the overtly sexualization of, you know, the woman. Which, girl boss, each his own. She's a bad bitch, and I think both parties can coexist. But I do see similarities. I do see the image. I do see the marketing going on here, and it's not necessarily me saying that both parties or one would be angry at another or anything like that. I'm not trying to put two girls together or against each other or anything like that, but I am saying I'm calling JYP out for their push towards this particular direction. With that being said, I do think that's a good image to emulate slash try to tap into that said market, because there's not enough grown esque idols nowadays. Most of the girlies are young, i.e., quote, literal New Jeans and other groups upon that, you know, ledger. My biggest problem is with the choreography. Luckily, we are in the choreography part of the video, and it feels like, for me specifically, kind of thrown together. It feels like like at least 2 to 3 choreographies that are split in together, especially when it comes to the chorus part. Because when you're looking at it right now, it's in its very I guess you get a timid stage. Then when it gets to the choreography, shit goes wild. Like, girl doesn't stop for like 5 seconds to give us a break. There's no real, I guess you would say, quote unquote, moment when it comes to this song. And I think that's what this song kind of lacks in particularly, because there's so much, so many like big movements and moments into a song that it damn near like doesn't count as a moment, if you get what I mean. Like, for example, when you think of 17's Super, you think about that big ass arm swing or the little like 2 fingers to the head. When you think about Bouncy from ATEEZ, you think about the whole back bend and the hands up and stuff like that. When you think of this song, what do you think of? Are we doing the hand sliding? Are you doing the damn near dolphin downwards? What are you thinking? Because for me, it's damn near hard, because there's so many like big impactful movements that I can't necessarily say or choose between like what necessarily is the truly element that this song is trying to give, because there are cutesy moments with the little like hands to the eyes and whatnot. And then there's little guns, and then there's the, you know, caressings that give sexy and whatnot. And if we're gonna go sexy, why not go full forward? It feels like she's like stuck in the middle between being grown and sexy and then being still cutesy twice. You know what I mean? That Aegyo type beat. And I just want the direction to be chosen for me. I do think that if she went in a more, not necessarily overtly sexy, but more subtle sexy, in which where she kind of loses some of those less traditional. I don't know what to say. Let me 1 second. If she lost more of the timidness and just go full for it like Hwasa did, I think she could have completely ate this comeback up. And I truly find it very disappointing that it got to this point, that it got like outside of the whole early stages and stuff like that. I think that the choreography kind of let us down with that. I think that technically this song could have been a B-side, honestly. Closer is so much better put together. And if she just added a second verse to Closer, I think it would have been better. It had better choreography. It had something that I expected from Jihu. Honestly, that was a song that I expected her to give. Like that sexy, complete wave of movement that Closer brings is what I expected from Jihu to perform, and I think they tried to market her so broad that it damn near lost sight of like the Jiho experience, if you will. I think if they went with Closer, we would have gotten that imagery, that full effervescence of what Jiho really is, which is a shame because I really was rooting for my girl. And I think that JYP kind of dropped the ball when it came to this solo experience. But I don't think that Jihu undermined. I feel like the company itself did it. I think the girl can only do so much, and the girl carried, of course. Like I said before, it's my girl. I expected her to carry. It's just that the company did not carry her. She was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So for me, the song is particularly more of an 8. It's a headbanger. It's a head, not banger, but a nodder. And I feel like we could have been thrown in a workshop a little bit more, fixed up a little bit better, better choreography, and which made me making it more simpler, I guess you could say, because that way we can get more standout moments as of which. But I do think that hopefully with me reviewing her album later on in time, maybe the album can redeem itself for Jiho specifically. Anywho, like if you like the episode, subscribe if you want to see more of me. Ring that bell if you want to be notified whenever I post. What else? Other than that, have a nice day, and I'll be seeing you guys in your nightmares. Bye.